Alright, so we're going to do some talking about shoveling and thinning. A lot of people will tell you that this cannot be done. We've done it for years. Most all of my experience on track cutters, it's all I've done is shovel, especially in the wintertime. I'm getting lots of questions about track cutters and first thinning, the Skidder, our duals, stuff like that. It's wet everywhere right now. I don't think it's as bad down here right now as what it was about a month ago, comparing it to what I'm seeing in Mississippi and Arkansas. Those poor guys up there are just getting hammered with rain. I'm getting people messaging about track cutters and stuff up there. This ground is extremely wet. That's, as you can see, the tracks going in, going out. That's one just tracking in there, nosing in there, and thinning that little bit of a wide area. I'm not sure if you can see, there is water right over there standing. There's water all out there standing. Basically, you just build a road with the wood, and you make sure and tie everything together. As you can see, that road there kind of angles off, goes back into another little pocket over there that I've been cutting on this morning. A lot of people will start their wood right here and just go at a straight line across. As you can see, the butts are staggered, making sure everything is tied into the wood mat that we have built for an access. Yes, it looks sloppy, but that's as far as it goes. It's just sloppy. There is no way you would be in here working this type of ground like this without matting, shoveling, however you want to describe it. Some people will call matting laying trash down, maybe trying to lay some trees out like this, but they don't go to the extreme that we do. This stuff here, you can't even see the tops there. We'll overlap it to I shoot for about a Coke can size top on average whenever I'm laying my next tier down in front of me. I take the track cutter, it's sitting over there. I take the track cutter and I start going in. Depending on how wet the ground is, I will thin both sides and down row, throwing everything in front of me, keeping the track cutter on top of the wood, keep from tearing the ground up. If the ground's a little bit drier, I will just thin the left side going in and then the right side coming out, filling in any weak patches, patches that didn't have enough wood. Like right here, I mean, this is a perfect scenario. There was lots of timber standing here. The timber on the ground was really good, plenty of it. So I was able to make a complete mat for my skidder. Sometimes you'll only have enough to put a little bit on this side right here, and then a little bit on this side right here, and then the middle will be empty. And in a down row, depending on how long your down row is, that's okay. That will work. That will get you by. Your skidder is running on the outside and outside. Your skidder's not running in the middle. But the access, the skidder, even if I don't have enough to make a complete mat, my skidder will shovel. That's why I call it shoveling. It's just like shoveling in a swamp. My skidder will shovel the wood up and fill in the open spots in my mat for me. Here comes the 748 now. But the accesses have to be completely fully matted from side to side. See, that stuff is slick. The bark is slipping down here this time of year. That one almost got me. But as you can see, you can't see the wood underneath there, but there is wood there. And that's as far as that's going into the ground. There's no damage done to the root structure. That's why we can do this. And it looked like crap, but we can continue to do it, and the foresters are okay with it. So long as you're not breaking a whole bunch of the wood up, you don't have a bunch of wood loss. There's no damage, like I said, to the root structures of the existing timber, so you don't stunt your timber growth, and you can work it. You can do it with flotation tires. It's almost impossible in this thinning. The best setup we have is the 35 5s with the 24 5s on the outside. We keep our machine dualed out year round. Where we work, it's called a bay. It's called West Bay. It is wet. It stays wet in this place year round. So you may be working somewhere today where it's dry, and tomorrow the tide might come in a little bit stronger with a little bit stronger south wind, and then the next thing you know, the ground's mushed up and you got to go back to shoveling. So we leave duals on our machine year round, and that is why I also cut with the track cutter year round as well. Walk down here and I'll show you another example of tying the mats together. I mean, it's just sloppy. That is all this is. It is just sloppy. I've also had questions about doing this in wet ground. Hilly ground. This is next to impossible to do in hills. The wood is so slick. It is so hard for the machine to stay on this stuff in the flat ground. We've tried it every which way possible. It is damn near impossible to get done on a hill. So like right here, this is another little access row going into another little pocket right there. This track had a fire run through it, so it's got like little nooks and pockets everywhere. As you can see how far the tops up there, the tops and the butts are overlapped. 2 to 4 feet depending on the top size up there. But like I said, you shoot for a Coke bottle size top. I go for a little bit bigger top when I'm building an access, just because there's going to be more continuous traffic on it. But like right here, he's going to have to add some more right here to tie this into this. Sit here and watch him build his drag. I was hoping to find or get to watch him heal the wood up like what we do to fill in a wet spot. I think he may be going, no, he's just going to back that up. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, when the skidder shovels, he may go to the back and the skidder may only grab 4 to 6 pieces of wood, 8 pieces at the very most if it's smaller stuff. Most of the time, it's about 4 to 6 pieces though. You'll go back there and he may pick up those 4 to 6 pieces at the end of the row, and he may drag it all the way out to the front before he gets to his wet spot, and then he puts his butts where he needs it. Then he'll put his tire up on his butts, and he'll grab the wood further back and pick the tops up completely off of the ground and hill it around. Watch him spin his seat around in there. It is a very tedious process. It is a very slow process. It takes a very special mindset to do this and do it right. I mean, I've worked with several operators, and they do it all to a certain extent. Every job in my area mats to a certain extent. They don't go to the extreme that we do, and I only do that to keep myself working. You're not necessarily getting rich doing it, but you keep a little bit of money coming in to help keep the bills paid. But the biggest thing is you keep your crew making days so their money doesn't slow down or stop, and they don't start searching for work in other places. Hard to get a good drag built, and when you're having to stack it on top of a mat, on top of another mat. Sometimes you'll be needing just a little bit, and then there's like a whole bunch gonna come out. Hey, I think you got it finally. You can still pull, we lost a little bit of that one, but you can still pull ginormous drags doing it like this. You're not hurting the ground. You watch the thing just, you fight it the whole way to the set. It's slow. You lose a couple of loads a day doing it, but you're still making money. Your crew is making days. That's the biggest thing, is keeping your crew busy, most especially like us. I have a really good crew, so I try and do as much as I can to keep them getting as many days as possible, even when circumstances aren't perfect for myself. But so this is just a crash course in matting, shoveling, shovel thinning, as I call it. It's wet, it's slow, and it sucks some days. You just want to bust loose and just, well, especially on the cutter, you just want to go crazy, just go cut wood. You can't. You have to take time and make sure everything is laid flat and straight, tied all together. You're cutting smaller headfuls and stuff, but you said you're making days, so you're making a little bit of money. I know there's still a lot of people that aren't working because of the rain and whatnot. But this is how we work through the wet winters. We've had bogey skidders doing this. We've had contracts with the timber companies, specifically for shovel thinning. At one time we had a 635 and a 625 bogey skidder, Tiger Cat bogey skidder, dualed out just like you see that one there. Had 35.5s and 24.5s on the front, and a 30.5 with 24.5 on the back. That thing had like a 21-foot square grapple. The 625, I think the 635 had the same thing. Those things were just monsters, massive. Like right now we're on a pretty good drag, and it really didn't hinder your loads as bad. You didn't really lose loads for being on long drags with two bogey skidders. So But that's a whole other story and subject. So yeah, basically, if you want to learn how to mat, you want to learn how to shovel, if you think you need a track cutter to work in thinning, 1, you need relatively flat ground. 2, you need decent timber. 3, you got to have an operator that is got his head on straight on the track cutter and understand that it's not about getting ahead anymore. It's about petting the skidder driver and taking care of the ground, and got to slow down to go fast. If that makes any sense to some people. And you just make sure you keep wood under your tracks and keep wood where the skidder tires are going to go. Keep your accesses full of wood. Use your trash at your tops to help hold the skidder up. And yeah, it's a simple sounding process, but it is anything but simple. But we'll be back. We'll go see what else we can get into. We're probably fixing to move sets. Have to relocate all our mats. We're backing straight in off of a little parish blacktop. It is just getting nasty around here again. The rain needs to stop. It needs to stop now. I know a lot of other people are saying the same thing. It's just, man, it's wet.